Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to walk you through the steps on how you can factory reset your Nintendo Switch 2, particularly for those individuals who are coming over from a Nintendo Switch 1, and during the setup process for the Switch 2, you didn't transfer over your accounts, games, save data, all of that stuff over to the Switch 2. If that's the case and you would still like to do that, you're going to have to factory reset the Switch 2 to get it back to that initial launch setup phase so that you can go through that process of transferring over all that information from the Switch 1. So to do the factory reset, what we're going to do from the homepage of our Switch 2 is go over to the system settings and click on that. Then from here in our system settings, we're going to scroll all the way down to the bottom to where it says system. And then from this page, again, we're going to scroll all the way to the bottom until we find where it says data clear option. So I'm going to select that. And then from the data clear options page, we scroll down to the bottom where it says restore factory settings. This is what we want to select to do a factory reset. So I'm going to select that. And just as a reminder, all the data in the system memory, including software data, save data, screenshots, videos, and user information will be deleted, restoring to factory settings. So what we want to do is scroll down to the end and select next. The system is going to connect to the internet to unlink any Nintendo accounts. Once the system has been restored to factory settings, any data deleted in the process will be gone. It's going to ask if you want to continue, especially if you're somebody who wants to transfer all of your information over from your previous Switch console. This shouldn't be a big deal. We're just going to reset the Switch 2 back to its factory settings so we can get through that setup process and then transfer over all of this game data, save data, accounts, all of that information over to the Switch 2. So at this point, if you would like to, you can do a restore to factory settings, clicking on that, and it will go through this process of factory resetting it so that your Nintendo Switch 2, you can go back right to the beginning to like when it was fresh out of the box going through that setup process. So I hope this quick tutorial was helpful going through the process on how you go about factory resetting your Nintendo Switch 2. I appreciate you guys stopping by and consider subscribing for more content in the future.